Yo, what's up guys, Ryzeal here, and today I'm doing an updated Ryzeal dinosaur deck profile. This is something I posted about a while ago, and with the release of 7th Tachyon, that's a card that helps this version of the deck out a bit, since 7th Tachyon can search you both your Ryzeal stuff, and it can also search Misk. So it's a pretty good card for consistency for sure, and the XYZ lock doesn't really hinder you too much for the most part, so pretty good addition to the deck. Before I get into the profile, if you haven't subbed to the channel already, definitely do that now. Drop a like, comment, all that good stuff. It all helps me out. And if you're interested in this dinosaur playmat or these sleeves, check out finalsaga.de. And if you decide to buy anything over there, use my code Ryzeal5 for 5% off your order. They got a lot of cool stuff, so definitely check them out. Like the border sleeves as well. So yeah, let's get straight into the profile. This list that I came up with is 42 cards. There's definitely some things that may or may not change, which I'll kind of talk about when we get there, but this is just like a base template that I put together. So for the dino portion of the deck, we got the one Misk. Hopefully next ban lists pretty soon. This is at more than one. But in this list, it's kind of at more than one, because we have Fossil Digs that can search it, Tachyon that can search it sometimes. So you get to see this card more often, which is really nice. 3 Ovies, 1 Archosaur. I'm still playing the 1 Archosaur. You want to cut down on the normal summons. 3 Baby, 1 Petite. I think this is a fine ratio. I didn't consider playing more. Considered maybe playing 1 less, to be honest, but this is fine. The Kaito. Could be Rex, doesn't really matter. The 1 UCT, decided to cut this down to 1 because I really wanted to strip down a lot of the extra cards that can be bricky for this version of the deck. So I decided to just play 1. You could play a second one if you want like a slightly better grind game, but I'm just playing 1 for now. And then spells, got 3 Fossil Dig and 1 Pill. This is another one. 1 Pill can be risky sometimes. But for the most part, if you do draw this card, it's not that bad, because you're either drawing it with Ryzeals, which is fine, or if you draw it with just Ovi, you can dump Rex and end up still using this later on, because like the Ryzeal's putting on dinos engrave. If you have like the Ryzeal stuff and then Ovi and Misk, you can dump Rex with Ovi and then Misk banish both of them for like a baby. And then the Rex will come back, so then you can use the pill later on. So it's really not that bad, but you know, it is what it is. And the good thing about playing this card at 1 and like Archosaur at 1 and stuff like that, with the Tachyon, you have to put a card back, so that's another reason why I'm only deciding to just play 1. So the odds of you drawing just this card with only Dino combo and like no Ryzeals or no Tachyon to put it back, it's not really that high. So like I said, I wanted to cut down on the cards that can end up being bricky as much as possible, so decided to go with that. That's it for the dino stuff. For the Ryzeals, the best Ryzeal is X for sure. Play 3 of those. 1 Ice, 1 Sword, and 1 Node. So with these ones, if you want like a better grind game with the Ryzeal stuff, you'd want to bump Ice and Sword up to 2, I think. And then another reason to potentially play more of these ones is post side, when you're getting hit by like a Dweller or something like that. It's nice to have more Ryzeal names. So this is definitely something that could potentially, both of these get bumped up to 2. But for now, I'm just trying the like more trimmed down package, because it's already 42 cards. I didn't really want to go over that. Then 1 Cross just to help against Nib more than anything. You don't get to draw as much in this version of the deck, like on turn 1, but the negate's still nice to have. And then 3 Bonfire, just so you can see X as much as possible. And then sometimes you can search Ice with it, depending on your hand. But it's nice to just be able to, you just want to see some combination of like Ext, OV, and Misc ideally. So just as many ways to see those cards is nice. Alright, so that's it for the Ryzeals. Now the new car that kind of bridges it all together is the 3.7 Tachyons. Shout out to homie Albert for letting me borrow these for the video. But yeah, this card is nice because you have 2 targets in the extra deck, and then there's another one in the side deck. But these are the main 2. The number 104 Masquerade, which is a light rank 4, which lets you bridge Tachyon into Ext and Ice. And then the number 105 Battle and Boxer Star Cestus. I have to pick one of these up still. But this one's rank 4 Fire, so this one lets you search Sword, lets you search Node, and it lets you search Misc. So, yeah, this card just gives you a lot of utility to get to these cards, and Ext and Misc are the best cards in your deck, so just being able to see these a lot more often is really nice. So this card is definitely pretty good for this version of the deck, I think, and hopefully it goes down in price a little bit for sure soon, which it should, but we'll see. But yeah, that's it for the engine stuff. The non-engine, I got 14, which is not too bad. It's not the best either, but for Dino standards, it's not too bad for going first list. Just playing hand traps for the most part with some breakers. So Ash, Droll, Imperm. You could interchange any of these for whatever like style of hand traps or non-engine you want to go for. But I think these are just like the best like generic ones right now. 3 Slayer. This is mainly because Ryzeal is like the most popular deck by far, and it's more of a going second card obviously, but if you do draw it going first, as long as you survive, it can be good in the crackback. And in general, this card puts a non-dino engrave for cost, so that can be helpful for pill as well. The 1 talents and 1 call by. So yeah, just 1 of each. This one's limited obviously, but talents, you could potentially play more talents if you don't want to main the Slayers, for example, because the Slayers, I'm playing a few extra targets in the extra deck, so you could not play those, just side the Slayers and then just only have Aggregator, which you're already playing anyway. But this is fine. I think books are another non-engine you could consider, just because they can help protect like duo drive from resolving, stuff like that. It's not too bad on some of your Dino normal summons to flip them, but you don't get to extend that far for the most part, unless your hand's like pretty good. But like the hand traps are good. I think Droll's really good right now. So that's it for the main deck. Set 42. Extra, Dolka, Lagia. I don't think you necessarily need to play Lagia if you want to make space for something, but it's good to have. I think sometimes if you're already like in a position where you're not going to do too well into Nib, you can end up going for the Lagia over the Dolka just so you have a negate in the board. But for the most part, you want to go for Dolka, but having the Omni can be good. Dweller, it's a good card. 1 duo, 2 detonator. I think it's important to have 2 detonator, just because sometimes you want to, if you start with like X, you want to dump a detonator so you can just have an extra Ryzeal name in the grave to set up the cross with a duo that has an extra material, so you have the negate, just to help protect your plays moving forward. So I think that's important to have. The Aggregator and the Eclipse Twins. This card, you don't send it turn 1 that much. It's more of like a follow-up play. If you have like an X on turn 3, you can dump the Twins and then just get back your rank 4s, which is really nice. And the 2 Tachyon targets. Then for a couple links, we got Anima and SP. They're just utility that you come up sometimes. And then the Slayer targets. We got the Tri-Brigade Link 5, Garura, and Malong. If you don't want to play Slayer in the main, you could not play these. And some of like the other rank 4s that are there to consider are Baguska, It depends. When you're playing like a more pure Ryzeal list, if you don't draw your dino cards, for example, you only draw like one, you probably want to have more rank 4s than just Dweller and Detonator, which isn't too bad for the most part, but you could have like the Star Leech, Photon, or Baguska, or you could do like Dugara's draws. It kind of just depends what board you want to go for. So those are some options, then Exiton's another one. So these are just some that you can consider, just generic rank 4s if you don't want to main the Slayer, because these are like taking up a lot of space, so that's definitely something to consider. But these are like the main extra deck cards to keep in mind. But went over 15 just because, like I said, it's kind of a work in progress, so just wanted to share like all of my thoughts about it. Same for the side deck. Got 3 Lancia for Malice, then the C103 Ragnafinity, which is just another way to get to Lancia, because it's a rank 5 fairy, so with Tachyon, you can reveal this and then add Lancia. So it's pretty helpful. I got some more breakers, got Duster, 2 Lightning Storm. I think these are really good right now. 3 droplets. I just wanted a breaker that was good against Malice, at least a little bit, in addition to being good against like the Ryzeal variant. So I went with the droplet. 2 thrusts and a couple of targets for going first. Debarrier Sanctum. Then the thrust, you can put it in going second as well. Search you talents, that's already in the main. You can search Engine, you can search Duster, it's pretty good. Then the last card was kind of a toss-up. I wanted something, either a going first card or something that could also be put in against Malice. But I decided to just throw in an anti-spell. I don't know if this is the best right now, but like I said, it's just a one-of at the end, so threw this in just because breakers are a lot more popular right now, so I think could be a good card to play. But if not, you could play like a different dimension ground, maybe an evenly matched, just like a random one of hand trap that hits Malice, like Ghost Bell or something. It really could be whatever, but it's just like work in progress, like I said, so don't take everything like too exact, you know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this list. Kind of see how it goes. I was waiting for the ban list myself to buy the Tachyon, so we'll see what happens there, and then hopefully it's still playable. But again, shout out my guy Albert for letting me borrow these. He's the GOAT. But yeah, it's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.